Greetings, I am Savannah Madrid. Today I will be covering the evolution of light in filmmaking and cinematography. So, what is the idea of evolution? Well, evolution has been explained as the gradual development of something, the process by which different kinds of living organisms are thought to have developed and diversified from earlier forms during the history of the earth. According to the book of Genesis, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness night. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the first day. Lighting is a fundamental and tool to film because it creates a visual mood, atmosphere, and sense of meaning for the audience. You are probably wondering, why is lighting so important? Every step of the cinematic process affects the lighting setup and vice versa. For instance, lighting tells the audience where to look. Lighting can reflect the psychology of characters due to the amount, the size, the color, and the harshness of light surrounding a character can be adjusted to match their emotions. And lastly, lighting defines and assists the genre of film. In the early 1500s, there are writings left by Leonardo da Vinci in regards to the use of camera obscura. Camera obscura, also known as a dark chamber, was a technique used dating back to even before the life of Jesus Christ. The dark chamber is described as a full-sized room with a small hole indicating the aperture, which allowed rays of light to shine through. During the early 1900s, D.W. Griffith was the first to film in Hollywood, California. During the 1900s, sunlight was the main source of lighting in film, and many actors, directors, cinematographers moved to California for the sunshine that was all year round, and the production of film continued. Rewinding back to 1879, Thomas Edison created the first incandescent electric light. Now that artificial light was in the hands of many, the rise in films continued to expand because instead of fighting against time and daylight, they could now use light. In the 1940s, film noir was a huge trend due to its dark film aspect. By the 1970s and 1980s, according to The Conversation, cinematographers were then attempting realism, and it drove many of them to aim for an illusion of muted, natural light and low-key lighting. Over 100 years, artificial light has been used mainly for the following two instruments, being daylight and the tungsten light. A cinema light has three main components: the light bulb, the reflector, and the Fresnel lens. Here are a few commonly used light techniques. 1. The sealed beam lights, which are best for illuminating large areas. Then there are a soft light for warmness. Then the open face light, which is great for exteriors. Lastly, the HMI light, which has revolutionized because of its daylight balance. Overall, light is a multi-purpose tool that has been used to lighten up rooms, focus in on spotting points, to tell time, assist in growth, and even to help in telling of a story. Personally, I don't know what is next for the generation of light, but since the beginning of time, light was, light is, and light will always be a part of us.